What's up, my beautiful Taurus? Welcome to your September 2019 Astrology and Energy Forecast. Thank you for joining me. I'm the Spiritual Bodybuilder, and hopefully you will be able to use this content to guide yourself through all these fascinating changes that we have going on. So without further ado, these videos are coming out a little bit late. I sincerely apologize, but I'm going to be doing this new from now on, and I would like your feedback to let me know if you resonate with this content and you'd like to see more of it. Okay, so significant aspects we have going on. Starting off the month, it was actually on the last day of August, August 30th. We had this new moon in Venus, in Virgo. Okay, so we have a stellium in Virgo, and this is your fifth house. The fifth house has to do with your inner child. It has to do with coming from your heart, learning who you are at the heart level, and self-love and focusing on you to first and foremost, especially going out in the world. It's opposite the 11th house. So this is learning how to purify, not learning how to purify. It's purifying the energy in your heart center and kind of giving you some more higher consciousness, vibrational energy and insights and aha moments and epiphanies on what needs to happen to really love yourself, at that next level. And this can be intense because whatever you're doing or believing in your life right now that is contradictory to loving yourself, it's going to be thrown in your face. Okay, this is a really intense, you need to shit or get off the pot, really. Okay, make it happen. And with this energy, there's a trine going on from Uranus in your first house to your fifth house in Virgo. So this is all about your identity. It can be about your physical appearance too. You may all of a sudden decide to want to, change your physical appearance, or start a new diet, start a new training regimen, decide that you want to get in shape or get that next level, do a competition, or you want to do something physically that's going to make you feel better and really bring out that young childlike energy within you that is soul food, right? And then this is also going to be trining Pluto, South Node, and Saturn in your ninth house, which is about your belief systems. Okay, so this energy is really great for really seeing your own bullshit and clearing out these beliefs that you have about yourself. What am I believing and why? And where is this bringing me? And, what do I need to get rid of? What do I need to dissolve? Saturn is restructuring all this, this foundational energy regarding our belief systems. Okay. And it's also sextile to Neptune in your 11th house, which is about, you may be caught up in some situations regarding groups of people or even social media, things like that. Okay. And this is showing us, okay, this is what's working, this was not working. So let's dissolve all this crap and let's chuck it the fucking bucket and let's just be true to ourselves. Okay. And when we're true to ourselves, then all of a sudden we vibrate and magnetize all these things that we really want in our lives. And it begins to show up, and whatever's showing up right now, if it's showing up and you're like, oh, no, I don't like this, then you need to check your belief systems. If you're showing up and you're like, okay, this is scary, but this is where I want to go, and it's an opportunity, or this person's, I don't know, hitting on me, and I don't know if I can get them, but you can. You need to believe in yourself. You deserve that career. You deserve that relationship. You deserve that life. You got to be about that life, yo. All right. So on the 10th of September, we have a double yod. So a yod is known as the finger of God. It's a very powerful spiritual energy in the cosmos, and it consists of a sextile and two quincunxes. Now the quincunx is where the lesson needs to be learned. Okay, and the sextile is where the energy is communicating well. Plants are having sex, so they're happy, right? And so that's the communication that's going to help us get through the difficult parts. And for you, this is the moon is in Aquarius. So we have Aquarius, that is your 10th house. All right. And it's sextile Jupiter in your 8th house. So this is going to be purging bringing to light. So the eighth house transit, especially Jupiter in the eighth house, can be difficult because everything that in the eighth house is subconscious, it's deep, it's dark, it's sexual. And so it can be good, of course, but it can also be really bad because this is the area of the things that we don't want to look at. The deep down, like, secrets that we hide from ourselves. And with it sextiling in the 10th house, you know, what belief systems are holding you back from your life purpose, or what is keeping you confused or out of alignment? Okay. And then it's going to be quincunxing the north node. So your north node in your third house, all about communication. All right. So with between the, let's see, the third, the third and the eighth house to the 10th house, we really need to, we're really going to get sort of a smack in the face, honestly, of where we want to go, where our destiny is headed, where we want to go, and are we in alignment with that goal? And this communication can be with the self. It can be with our immediate surroundings, like the people that are around us. If relationships are blowing up in your face right now, let them blow up. They're holding you back. Okay? It's all could have to do with other people's money. You know, eighth house represents legal matters, taxes, other people's money. So, you know, you could be getting a lot of money, or you could be getting like, what the fuck, I'm getting sued or something like that. You know, crazy shenanigans. But then we also have the north node is sextile Mars and the sun, and it's quincunx the moon in Aquarius. So this is, you know, with all this north node and moon in Aquarius for you guys, life purpose, destiny and future, and how are we going to get there? All right. So right around the 10th, you should be getting some clarity about how you're going to, where you want your destiny to go. So I'd recommend journaling for that. Okay. And then on the 13th, just 3 days later, we have a full moon in Pisces, and this will be in your 11th house. Okay. So full moon in Pisces, 11th house. This is like, has to do with large groups of people. So again, this is probably going to be testing that Virgo to Pisces energy, where is that, okay, now the universe is going to throw some opportunities and some questionable things in your life. What are you really attracting, and why, when it in regards to large groups of people? Say, for example, you're trying to be, I don't know, like you're branding yourself as an athlete and you're getting out there on social media, and then people start getting back to you, or maybe somebody's talking shit and saying that you're fake and you're full of shit. Well, are you really true in your heart? Are you coming from your heart and you know you're right and you're going to stand in your power and your beliefs? Or are you going to let these people get in your head and take over and let them tell you what to believe about yourself? And that's just going to get in your head and going to be a downward spiral from there. So these energies are here to bring in this higher evolved energy of the belief in self, for your life purpose, for what you're meant to do here in this life, and to purge out all the energies and the belief systems that are no longer serving you. Okay. So on that same day, we have Venus and Mercury that are going to be conjunct at 29 degrees of Virgo. And sorry, I'm just looking at my notes here. And Mercury and Venus at 29 degrees of Virgo. That is like the grand master, if you will, or ascended master version of the information from Virgo. 29 degrees is an ascended master number. Okay, so all this information is going to be coming in and giving us like this blast of truth before it goes into Libra, where we're going to start, we just finished up clearing and purifying all this energy within our heart center. Now we're going to go into the relationship sector when everything comes into Libra on the 23rd in particular, and starts to question and test and see, okay, now that you've purified yourself and you are coming from your heart, now how are you going to interconnect that with relationships in your life? Okay, so be ready for a new relationship to come in, or new relationship dynamics in old relationships come in, or even like a career change or an evolution in your career, and it like bringing new people, new situations, new tests to see how much you really do love yourself and how true to yourself that you are. Okay, it's going to be very transformational. Things are going to turn, and especially in my opinion, the strongest energy this month is going to be Saturn going direct on the 18th. Okay, so with Saturn going direct on the 18th, leading up to this energy, Saturn slows everything down. Like Saturn retrograde is all about like really reviewing, and just you can't quite get that life purpose thing right. What the hell's going on? In your 9th house, this is going to be really strong in your belief systems about, do you really believe in yourself enough? Because you have this vision in your mind of where you want to go, of what you want to do. Do you really believe in yourself enough to be able to put that into action and to live your dream, to live your purpose? You have to overcome your internal fears and not let them run your life. And Saturn is restructuring that, and that is a difficult placement to have, but it is worth it, especially if you're like me, you feel that you have this really strong, solid purpose in this world. You need to get there. You just, by any means necessary, you need to make it happen, and you will, okay? But you got to feel this darkness and face it and let it teach you. If we're always trying to escape from it and push it away, we're not learning from it. We're just putting all our energy into the resistance, and resistance is persistence. So the more we resist, the stronger it gets, and the worse shit gets, and it'll just keep coming and wave after wave after wave until it gets unbearable and you just can't take it anymore and you have no choice but to let it go. But watching these videos and doing this kind of work allows us to get ahead of the power curve and to address these issues before they get so bad that we have to have what I call a tower moment, okay? We don't really want tower moments, although there have been quite a few here in the last couple of years. But as long as we're doing the work now, we're going to be good for next year, because next year is where everything is going to be like, all right, did you do the work? The universe is going to bring us, like, oh, this is what you've created. What are you going to do? And for you, in a big way, this is about living from your heart and dissolving those belief systems that no longer serve you, okay? And bringing up all these things that the bullshit lies that you tell yourself why you can't do it, whether it be self-limiting beliefs about money, about love, about business, about, people in general. We all have it to a certain extent. The only difference is that when we do the work, we understand it and we see it for what it is, and we don't run from it. We embrace it. This is all about embracing those, difficult energies, because we realize, that when we face it and it goes through us, we learn the lesson, we get the clarity, and then we move forward. Okay. But this is not for the faint of heart. I'm just going to be real. All right. So, on September 14th, Venus and Mercury will be entering Libra. They will be beginning the shift from Virgo to Libra season. The sun will enter Libra on the 23rd. So, Libra is your 6th house. So now that we've, processed all this energy in regards to our purification, our heart center, aligning our mind and our heart, now it's going to start to get into relationships. Okay. And when these personal planets, which is Mercury, Venus, Mars, and basically I'd include the sun and the moon in there. They're stars, not planets, but energetically speaking, they have the same effect. We're going to have Uranus pulling a sesquiquadrate to a quincunx, and throughout those first few degrees. And for you, Uranus is in your first house, your first house, which is going to be to a certain extent conjunct your ascendant. So that means that energy is twice as intense for you. Now, I just went through this in the past 7 years. I have Aries as a rising sign, and Uranus went through Aries. When I did that, when it first entered, I was in the military. About a year and a half into it, I was competing in bodybuilding. Halfway through it was when I started my healing work. And now that it's over, I have completely changed my life. And now I'm more of a healer. I'm spiritual. I am much more esoteric and energetically sensitive than I was when this transit started. So trust me when I tell you, you're going to be going in the next 7 years for the most major changes and shifts in your life. The first year, year and a half is usually the hardest. Okay, we're still in the first year right now. Once it gets up to about 8, 9, 10 degrees, and we finally settle into this new energy, that's when things are going to start to make sense and really start to click into place. So next year for you is going to be an excellent year. I promise. You got to just accept the changes, because you are going through massive changes in your identity, in your physical, physical body, in your emotional body, in every way, shape, or form. You are going through a complete revampification. I just made that up. All right. You're completely changing yourself inside and out. Okay. So allow the changes to come and be okay with just letting the universe pull you. Okay. This is, sometimes it feels like we're puppets on a string, and we are in a way, because the universe knows better than we do. God knows what we want deep down. It's our limitations that we put in our mind that really get in the way and keep us from having what we want. Okay, so then further on down the line, while the sun is in Libra, we have a new moon on the September 28th at 5 degrees of Libra. Okay, so now this is going to be infusing us with new relationship energy, new understandings of what to do in regards to relationships. We'll probably have new relationships coming in, whether it's, friendships, it could be any kind of relationship, or even understanding ourselves in a new way, especially after all that purgative kind of energy. For you, this may be more subtle because you're going through so many layers of change. So, but it's going to be positive. All right. So, whatever change is going on, look to it and be grateful for it. And during this new moon, Uranus is going to be quincunx the sun and moon. And right around there, it's going to also be quincunxing Mercury and Venus. So this is the divine feminine. This is saying, all right, we need to allow ourselves to receive. In our 6th house, we need to receive and allow ourselves to get down to the nitty gritty of establishing discipline in our day-to-day activity. Setting up a diet, a new nutrition routine, take care of the physical body. It's really important right now. You may, I know some people maybe have these escapist kind of tendencies of binge eating, or, escaping through means that are not quite healthy for us. Okay. Whatever your poison is, everyone has one. Okay. Just don't let it take you over. And if you're tired, you're exhausted, you're feeling like crap, then let yourself be tired and exhausted, but also make sure that you push forward in every way that you can. Okay. This is a lot of great energy. We could sort of feel like we're at the, starting line of a race at the beginning, up until about the 18th, where we're just ready to go. We're revving, where the puzzle pieces are coming into play. But we're like, fuck, dude, what the hell? Something is not letting me go. Then all of a sudden, just going to start peeling forward, right? Saturn goes direct, and that's when everything, Saturn rules the time and space. Okay. It's a ruler of the 3rd dimension of our physical reality. So with that coming forward, that's really the foundation, the precipice, sort of the testosterone, if you will, of the endocrine system. It's what rules everything else. So with that energy going forward on the 18th, now it's going to be like, all right, it's going to feel like go time. Okay. So it's time to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this content. If you did, if you resonated with it, please comment below, and please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And, let me know if there's anything else I can do for you. If you like a reading with me, please go to trinityfitnessastrology.com, and I'll see you guys next week.